What's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with a new video for you guys. I know you guys have been waiting a long time for a video, and I know so much has, went by since we made a video. I don't even remember everything that happened.
I don't remember everything that happened either.
All I know is that these last couple of weeks, me planning, me and Mikkel planning for the Scorpion Show barbecue, that wore me out. I didn't care about all of that stuff that was going on in the media. I'm going to be honest. I did not care, okay? Beyonce got a haircut. The hair probably been short. She always with a weave anyway, so I'm thinking it might have been short. But everybody went crazy, like, oh my God, y'all not even talking about it or whatever. I did get to see Jay-Z and Justin Timberlake, and I know that Mikkel went, and that show was off the motherfucking chain. Like, I really got my life from it. And, I was a little bit mad because I wanted Jay-Z to perform a little bit more than Justin Timberlake, because I felt like it was a Justin Timberlake show with Jay-Z in it. But I did like how the way they collabed their songs together, and, Justin was singing the hooks on some of Jay-Z songs. Like, it all went well. It all meshed. It was a great show. K. Michelle came to Philadelphia the day after the Jay-Z thing, and she had a nice little Q&A session. Look, I think she was supposed to perform. I don't know what happened, because I know the promoter very well, but I'm not going to get into his business. But K. Michelle was there. K. Michelle did a Q&A session.
Well, what happened?
I think if you come into the club, I'm thinking you coming in to perform.
Right.
She ended up doing a Q&A. She did a Q&A for about 30 minutes.
Oh, so she didn't sing?
No, she didn't. She said, I'm not singing.
I heard somebody ask her if she was going to sing.
Okay.
And she said no. I wonder why.
And then she was saying how sick she was and everything. Like, I must say, I like K. Michelle. And what I really love about this girl right now is that she got so many people knocking her down for no reason. Okay. And she is just still rising. Like, that's what I like about her.
Well, who's knocking her down?
You got people like Memphis, people that talk about her beating and everything.
Oh, he still talks about that?
Of course. People still talking about it. It's irrelevant. And, she went through so much on the show with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. People saying, oh, this bitch trying to change now that she got a record deal and the album. Nobody can be ratchet forever. So I'm just liking that she's attempting to try to make a change. And
well, who else is not going to do
because you was trying it. I'm trying to be nice today. So,
what?
I'm not going in.
I don't know.
This is not the time.
Okay. No, I'm just saying, I don't know. I missed the news.
This is not the time.
To fill me in.
So, I'm just really happy for K. Michelle. Keep doing your damn thing.
Well, somebody's been going into a show, but you don't want to tell me who.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, I don't want to. I don't know who's been going in.
Yes, you do.
You're like, oh, could it be that part right there?
You know what? Okay. I'm not talking about it because I'm already pissed off, so I don't have nothing else to say about the situation. But like I said, I ain't picking nobody's side. I mind my own business.
Oh.
Okay. So,
shady.
I'm not being shady. I'm just telling the truth.
No, I tell you, I don't know. I didn't get it. I don't know what's going on. I was sick, so I don't know.
He is such a lie.
So I was. I just got. Thank you, Jesus. First of all, having a summer cold is the worst thing in the world. If anybody gets sick from the cookout because of me, don't blame me, because I didn't know I was sick that morning until I didn't know I was getting sick until after the fact.
So.
And again, I may have kissed somebody and got sick.
Oh, no, at the barbecue?
That's the morning that I was getting sick.
Well, who did you kiss?
I don't know. I was kissing everybody. I was kissing everybody. Then the day, not on the lips.
Yeah,
I was thinking like, well, damn. The day after, I started feeling real sick. Like, damn, why am I so sick like that?
But thank God. So also August 15th was our 50th anniversary on YouTube. Again, we were too busy running around to do anything. And the last thing I want to look at is a computer. Okay, I ain't want to look at a computer. I ain't want to edit a damn thing. I ain't want to look at a damn thing. I'm being honest. Some people be like,
Excuse me.
You alright?
Whoa, that just came out of nowhere. Come here.
Tired. Some people just be like, oh, well, you owe us a video. Let me tell you something. I am trying, right now I'm at a point where I like doing these YouTube things, but I'm not really in love what I do like how I used to be. So if you don't see a video, please don't curse me out. It's just that you gotta love this. You gotta have, for me, you gotta have passion for this. Like, when I edit these videos, like, I do a lot, and y'all don't understand that, okay? So don't be cursing me out. Like, I don't care that, I get paid for this. So I'm not just putting up a video just to make money from a video, okay? Because I would still do it if I wasn't getting paid, because I love what I do, but I happen to get paid for it, and this is my livelihood too. But I'm not just going to rush and put no video out just to make a couple dollars. I'm not doing that. So right now, I'm just at a point where I'm trying to just, get this show better, because I'm not doing what I want to be doing. This show is not where it's supposed to be. We're not on TV where we're supposed to be. For me, I just feel like after 5 years, we're just stuck in that one spot, and I can't be working with people that claim they want to work with you and do this, and you see absolutely nothing. So now it's like,
are you referring to me?
Oh. No, you tried it. So I'm just at that point where I gotta just make shit happen on my own, and I want to be a testament to that. I want us to be a testament to that, so y'all can see that you don't have to sit around and wait for no fucking body. You just go ahead and do that. So I do love what I do, but I'm just like, bitch, you gotta make some changes. Like, I be sitting here, like, last week I had a chance to reflect on a lot, and I just have to just go there. I know we got other topics to talk about, but it's just, for me, I'm like, you talk about everybody else's life and what they should be doing, and you should do this and you should do that, but what should you be doing? Like, I'm like, my life is nowhere where I think it should be right now too. So I have to, work my ass off to get to where I want to be. So it's just a whole lot, that I haven't really discussed or talked about. But yeah, I have a whole lot going on, and I am angry at several people. And when we get a chance to talk, we will talk. But I'm just glad that Mikkel came today, because I wasn't going to do no video. I didn't even want to do that video last night. I just said, the VMAs. I said, if I don't do this video, the girl's gonna go crazy. So just put the video up. But if you pay attention, that wasn't even me. I didn't care. That was only 13 minutes. Now y'all know when I want to go in, I go in longer, because I didn't care. But I don't want to go on and on and on. But hopefully I get it. Hopefully it'll be where I want it to be very soon. Very soon. So.
Somebody asked me at the cookout if Bernadette was there.
No.
I didn't know how to answer that.
Bernadette wasn't at the cookout, but let me tell you.
I said she was not here. She's home.
Y'all showed out at that cookout, and fuck all those haters on the internet that was talking about the party.
What party?
Y'all, the highlights that I uploaded. Y'all, I don't know where y'all from, but if y'all thought that was ratchet, y'all never been to a block party. You just never. This is a fucking party. We gave you a real party, and you said, oh, well, that's not professional. Everybody is just dancing and everybody is twerking and all of that. Like, I think this is coming from people that just wanted to be there but couldn't be there. Like, what are you hating on? Everybody had a good time. The barbecue was just
a success.
It was, yes.
It was more than it. This is how you know it was a success. It was so much a success that we ran out of stuff, and I had to go to the store and buy more stuff.
Yes. We both had to.
And then by the time the nighttime came, it was like packed out there.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Big party.
I'll tell you one thing. I will never party plan again. I will never party plan again because, first of all, it's stressful. Because you got so many people. Oh, I'm not going to, don't cry. You got so many people telling you should do this, you should do that, do this, do that, blah, 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 blah. But in my head, I have things the way I want them to be. And when they didn't come the way I wanted them to be, I started lashing out. it just makes me a bitch. It really makes me a bitch. Like, I could become a really mean person. And what I noticed with me is that party planner stressed me out to the point where I said, I need to drink. I need to drink. I need to drink. Well, I drank and I drank and I drank until I became somebody I didn't know and don't ever want to hear about again. But in the meantime, though, I still had a great time. Had a great time meeting everybody, taking pictures with everybody, just dancing. You know, I don't even be getting my dancing like that, but I was dancing. The girls done turned me on a little bit. Like, I really enjoyed my fucking self that day. And I want to say thank you to everyone who donated to the Scorpion Show Barbecue, because you didn't have to donate anything, but you did. Thank you all so much for donating. You know, this 5 years has been a ride, and I want it to become a better ride. And I only want to ride with people that want to ride with us and really mean it. You know, that's what I want. That's what I want to ride with. Like, don't tell me you want to. Ooh, shut up. Yeah. So let's just get into this video, because I don't want to rant, because I feel like I'm ranting. So last night was the 2013 Video Music Awards. I did a video about it. I'm letting Mikkel, you know, say how you felt about the show.
I hated the show from the beginning. First of all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Lady Gaga, in my opinion, should have not opened the show. She shouldn't have opened the show, because I think that Lady Gaga was... First of all, we haven't seen her perform in such a long time, and usually people like her, you want to see them like in the middle or towards the end, so you can, like, the anticipation can, like, build up. But when I saw her face, when it started, I was just like, no. And I'm going to have to be honest with you. In my personal opinion, that was not the best Lady Gaga performance I've seen. I actually think that if I can pick one from an award show that I've seen her do, would have to be the one, was it from the VMAs last year when she, like, was hanging and the blood
That was
stuff?
4 years ago.
That was a performance.
Yes.
This was more so, I don't know. Like, I was trying to figure out what she was doing when she was doing the wig changes. Like, was she, like, giving us flashbacks of
who I think it was who she was and where she is now and how she lives for their applause. That's what I'm thinking.
Something a gay person would get their life off of.
Yes.
But I didn't really particularly care too much for the performance. I would have rather her been a little further down in the show and her performance to be a tad bit better than what it was. But hey, some people loved it. I didn't particularly like it. Justin Timberlake, I had no idea that they were honoring him. I thought that he was going to just be a regular performer. I didn't know that they was going to honor him. And when I didn't know that they was honoring him, I was just like, oh my God, this segment of his is way too long. Like, it just was like, for me, it was just dragging on. And I felt like I was back at the concert again. I loved him at the concert, but I just felt like, oh my God, Justin, you're doing everything I saw you do at the concert. But, I mean, you know, Justin Timberlake is the man. He's that man. Before we had Robin Thicke, it was Justin Timberlake. And Justin Timberlake proved to us last night that, hey, I am still here and I can still do what it is that I'm famous for doing. It was awesome that he brought out Insane. Horrible performance. Miley fucking Cyrus's with an S.
You said Cyrus's.
Robin Thicke. You know what? Let me just say something to you before I get to Miley. Robin Thicke. I love Blurred Lines. I love that song. I love it. How dare you include Miley Cyrus in a song like that? You made a mockery of that song, and I couldn't even take that performance seriously. Miley Cyrus she pranced around that stage like a cow in heat with her tongue hanging out of her mouth. I could not believe how she looked. Immediately, I thought of Jim Carrey from A Living Color. When he used to play that. Yeah, and I found the picture and posted it too. I just was like, Miley Cyrus, what is going on? The twerking, to me, it wasn't, you know, a lot of people felt uncomfortable seeing it. I think it was more so uncomfortable because of the fact that the performance was just a huge train wreck. Because I don't think her twerking was that bad. I mean, even though it was bad. But I don't think it was bad to say, oh, you know, it was just, I don't think it was that bad. she just was like all over the place, and I really do think that her being all over the place on the stage, she was craving for so much attention. That's what it gave me. Her performance didn't even give me a performance. It just gave me, I am up here to get attention. I need this attention. I need
the girls to talk.
The girls to talk. Whether they talk good or bad, I need them to talk. I couldn't believe that she had Lakeisha and all them on stage with her, and nobody up there told her how to twerk. She could at least have one of those teddy bears.
And she don't even have an ass to twerk. No. And when I seen them pictures and they showed that chicken too, I just was really, really over it.
Because that's what it looked like.
Yeah, it's like...
First of all, her bathing suit or whatever that bra and panty set was way too small. Because then she had an extra layer of spandex under it.
Why don't you just buy an ass Molly and twerk that? Twerk that. How about that?
It just was horrible.
Yeah, and then you got news organizations. Everybody is talking about. It wasn't even her performance they're talking about. It's Robin Thicke and her trying to twerk. And Paula ain't worrying about no bitch like Miley.
Come on, now. Paula Party's back there drunk laughing.
Okay. She's already on the rebound.
Rihanna was unbothered by the whole show.
By everybody. Every fucking
Rihanna was just like unbothered. I don't even know why Rihanna was there. She didn't even get dressed.
But I didn't even know that was her friend Melissa that was sitting there with the dry face.
She was not bothered. She was just like here for it. And they definitely wasn't here for Miley.
Okay.
You know what I was really irked by was A$AP Rocky.
Didn't he give you like a lesbian, strong, a
butch? Well, first of all,
like
he's always giving me a lesbian butch. But what's the basketball player name that he was up there presenting with?
Was that Jason Collins?
Yes.
I didn't know that was him. I didn't know. I just said, who this man talking about? Like he got a loaf of bread in his mouth. I didn't know what he was talking about.
He was talking about when he came out the closet.
Child.
But the part that got me was how A$AP Rocky just was so... He was fidgety and he was smirking at some points while Jason Collins was speaking as if what he was saying was funny. And I'm thinking like... He had no type of respect whatsoever. He didn't stand there. It just was almost as if like, But I'm thinking to myself, A$AP Rocky, for you to be up there smirking and laughing, you should be upset with MTV because they thought enough of you to put you up there with Jason Collins to introduce an artist who sang about gay love. So what does it say much about you?
Well, maybe.
Okay.
Oh,
because you know him and Rihanna are supposedly together. That's why.
Really?
That's why Chris Brown went on that rant the other night because of a picture of Rihanna and A$AP Rocky.
Oh, you know what?
I don't want to talk about because I want to talk about. Please don't talk about her. Please don't talk about her. I am so done with Kristen Brown.
Okay, I'll leave
A$AP Rocky, go get your hair done. Drake, I was on the phone when you performed, so I was watching you, but I couldn't hear you. The close-up of you was a nice close-up. Who else? Jimmy Fallon has never been and never will be funny to me. End of story.
Jimmy Fallon?
Yes.
I like him.
He's never been funny
He got that crowd hype for Justin Timberlake last night.
Of course. Duh. That's why they put him out there, but as far as him being funny, no, pass. Kevin Hart, he didn't do anything for me. Kevin Hart actually looked like he was asleep, and they woke him up and they told him to get on stage.
They should have just made him the host.
They should have. Who else was a performer?
Bruno Mars.
I didn't.
Did you watch Katy Perry?
I did, but I didn't understand. Like
I was mad at that. It was dry.
It was dry, and it didn't give me the whole big build up. Like
that song. I love that song. Like, give me something like. Somewhere a woman is being courageous.
Yeah, she should have been. Actually, she should have been there. Yeah. She should have been in the arena, not at the Brooklyn Bridge. If anything, you know what would have been courageous? You know what would have been really talked about, and not Miley? If she'd bungee jumped off that Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh, girl.
After that performance. Man, that would have been courageous. It would have been. And I would have been talking about that. Did you see her bungee jump and was still singing?
Oh.
Well, because I would have said, Beyonce who?
Oh.
Now I want to see Beyonce bungee jump and still sing. Okay?
Ain't
fucking happy.
She got a baby to take care of.
Okay. I said, no fucking bungee jumping over here.
No.
Yeah, Katy Perry, that was not. Who else performed?
Macklemore. It was only like 10 performances.
Yeah. And then when Jennifer Hudson came out.
Yes, then they had a little vocal battle.
They had a little vocal battle. Jennifer Hudson came out looking like something from Mortal Kombat. You know what I got from that little vocal battle? That Jennifer Hudson was looking at her and saying, I was there, now I'm here.
Oh, God!
That's what I got.
If Weight Watchers happen for her, it can happen for anybody.
Okay.
And she still looks good after all these years.
Okay.
So Jennifer, go ahead and do that. But where's the new music? Where's this Winnie Mandela movie? Like, what are you doing?
Oh,
like,
you know, Winnie Mandela's not too pleased about that movie.
I heard
Yeah.
they got a Mandela movie coming out and a Winnie movie.
Mind you, it didn't even include. And mind you, the Mandela movie, yeah, it didn't even. They tried it. 'Cause, you know, Jennifer could have played in that movie, the Mandela movie, as Winnie.
Yeah.
But they said no.
They had a whole different story. I was surprised because I went to go. We done with the VMAs. I went to go see the Butler this weekend.
Oh, did you like it?
Yes, I was cried twice.
Let me tell you something. Oprah did her good acting in that movie.
Yes, she did a good job.
She did.
But
But
for these girls talking about Oscar, no.
No. Somebody said Oscar for Forrest Whitaker.
Yes.
I said, let me tell you something.
He would be nominated.
I am a huge movie buff. I'm a huge movie buff. I really am. But I didn't really see Oscar when I saw Forrest Whitaker. He was good, but I didn't see Oscar. Overall, the film was a really good film. I can see the film being nominated, but I didn't see an individual actor really being nominated. If Forrest Whitaker is nominated for an Oscar, hey, shout outs. I just didn't see it. Oprah was really good. Every time Oprah wasn't on screen, I couldn't wait until she got back on screen. I love when she told the son everything you are and everything
baby.
you have is because of that Butler.
When she slept him.
Now get that low life bitch out of my house.
Trifling.
That trifling low life bitch out of my house. I said yes. And you know we had this one ghetto woman sitting in front of us. I know that's right.
That slap came out of nowhere.
That
I was
slap
like,
came out.
ooh.
Yeah,
like
she
I
got him
guessed.
together. She did. She got him together. She got him together. She got him together. And so don't disrespect your father like that.
You know what? And I don't want to do no comparisons between Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry.
But that's how
It's
a film
just-
should be. A black film should be.
When you look at not Tyler, when you look at Lee Daniels is about his shit.
Mm-hmm.
He's not trying to make you laugh. He's trying to tell a story.
He tried to tell a story with Precious and did it, and he tried to tell a story with the Butler and did it.
Yeah. And what I love is that he keeps the same actors and actresses. Cuba Gooding Jr. is from Shadow Boxer. Lenny Kravitz was in Precious. Mariah was in Precious. He keeps his actors together. He always keeps a check in.
Oh, that's who somebody said should be nominated for Oscar. Mariah Carey. And I said
For what?
No. That's what I said. I said no. Mariah had a good non-speaking role, because that's what she had, a non-speaking role. But Mariah Carey, that role was not Oscar worthy. She wasn't even on screen for a good 5 minutes.
That was a Mariah stand that said that.
No, I think it was just a regular person who said, you know.
No.
I mean, Mariah, don't get me wrong, she did good. And you know what? I would like to see Mariah more in acting, because Mariah can act. She did a good job. After Glitter, she got her acting skills together. And for Mariah to be in that film for only a few minutes, like, I really loved the last scene that they showed of Mariah when she was just like completely out of it. I love that, because she was just like, and it was sad. It was a sad story. But what I will say about this, about the Butler, because a lot of people got the Butler confused with the actual
The real Butler.
the real Butler. Now, the Butler, the film was inspired by a true story. It wasn't really based on a true story. The name of the Butler that they used in the film is not the actual name of the real life Butler. I don't know too much about the real life Butler's personal life, so I can't say if the film was about that or not. But I know the name was not the actual name at all. And the actual Butler, who the film is inspired of, he actually passed away about 2 or 3 years ago, and he did live to see Obama become president. Yeah, it was a really good story, and it makes you want to actually find out more about the real man that the movie is, that they're supposed to be portraying.
I wish that, because I heard rumors that Obama might have been in the movie.
It would have been
I
nice
wish
if they
he
showed
really
at
was
the
in the
very end.
movie.
Wouldn't that have been dope?
Yeah.
Like,
If he was in the
really dope.
movie, he should have did it. Should have asked him, Lee. That would have been hard to ask Obama to be in a 10-second cameo. Like, I just really enjoyed The Butler. So if that's a movie y'all want to, I recommend that movie for you guys to go see.
Really good movie.
Yes. Also, I didn't even tell y'all. Well, if you don't follow me on Twitter, you don't know. But I went to Mikhail's block party on Saturday, and I met his family for the first time.
Okay, before you, his name was Eugene Allen. That was his real name. The real Butler's name, Eugene Allen. And this is him right here. Nice looking guy. Really nice looking, elderly man. I think he lived to be like 93 or 90 something, but he lived a long life. This is him with the Reagans. Really nice looking guy. Mm-hmm. Looks nothing like one
like Forbes that
Forrest Whitaker. But he was a really nice looking man. This is him right there with President Eisenhower. A nice looking man. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I had a nice time at the block party or whatever. We're gonna have to get a new DJ for the block the next time.
For my block party.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Okay. But I just meet Mikhail's family. Let me tell y'all, they all look alike. There's no way you can be in McClendon if you don't have that nose and you don't have that face. It's the way, because I always see Mikhail. It's the way they look from the side. You know exactly who they are.
High cheekbones.
Yeah. If you don't have that nose or that face, you ain't in McClendon. I ain't got time for that. Don't put the baby on nobody. First of all, it's a lot of women. I don't know how many men it was.
That's true. You know what's so funny that you noticed that? It's funny that you said that. In my family, there are more women than men. And it's all started with my great-grandparents. My great-grandparents had 4 daughters, all girls. My grandmother had 10 children, 6 girls, 4 boys. My aunt Patty, one of my mom's older sisters, my aunt Patty had 3 daughters. Her 3 daughters had 2 daughters each. And it wasn't until her eldest granddaughter who broke the cycle and had a boy. It's like a lot of females in my family. It's not too many men. It's a lot of women in my family. A lot. And the thing about it, which is so interesting, is that women ran my family back in the day when it was my grandmother and her sisters, when they were all living, they were the heads of our family. Like, you knew who was in charge. So yeah, that's true. It is a lot of women.
Yeah, and I met Mikhail's mom and everything. She was running the grill, not the grill. She was making sure that anybody just gonna eat anything the fuck you want to eat. If you wanted something, you want to go over there and ask God for it. But I was like, no, I'm gonna wait till Mikhail get there. And Mikhail looked like his mom. Now Mikhail got a nice little, but y'all ain't seen nothing to his mom. Mikhail's mom is round, okay? So that's where Mikhail get it from. But I enjoyed myself that night.
You met my dad too?
Yeah, I met Mikhail's dad. Mikhail's dad, he was running the grill till my sister came over. Nina don't play when it comes to a fucking grill.
No, she don't. I didn't even know Nina was with y'all until somebody said, "There go Nina," and I said, "Where?" And she was right on the grill.
Yes. So if y'all need somebody, we're gonna get some bookings for Nina to run the grill. Okay. Now that's somebody that could be booked.
Okay.
Okay. Because Miss Kelly Price, you already know I went in on you last week.
I am booked.
But if I was Kelly, okay.
I told Nina, don't be mad.
Kelly, if I was you, I would be making money. I would patent unbooked, and I would sell shirts. I would sell everything. Fuck your name. I mean, yeah, you know that's your name, Kelly Price, and everything. But it's too many people talking about I'm booked, and you need to be capitalized off of that. But I want to know where was the flyers at, because you keep saying you booked, but I don't never see nobody saying Kelly Price is here this weekend.
I told him last night on Twitter. The VMAs invited Kelly Price to perform, but she told him she was booked for the women's monologue, for the unsung monologue.
That monologue was terrible. I don't even want to see the whole.
That's what she gets for not working with Fred.
She cursed Fred.
I was so disgusted when I seen those episodes of her talking to him like that. Because I was kind of late watching R&B Divas. But when I got to see the reruns, I was disgusted. Especially the episode when she wanted to have a private conversation with Shantae and Lil Mo, and then when Fred said to them, well, it's all right that you have a conversation with them, but ladies, you gotta remember that. Oh no, you gonna talk to them. You gotta talk to all of them. And I'm looking at her like, Kelly, are you seriously doing all of this?
But when Kelly reprimanded Lil Mo and Shantae, I still get my life from that. Because she sent Fred out the room, And she sat them two bitches down like, look,
yes, she did.
This is who it is, and this is how it's going down.
And I really wanted them to go off, especially Shantae, because she was really directing it to Shantae. Because she told Shantae, you were there when I came up with this. Because it was at your party.
Yes.
She made Shantae new. And Shantae was just sitting there.
Yes, okay.
Just next door. And I don't want to hear you tell me that you didn't know. Because you knew, because you were there, Shantae. So I said, look at Shantae like, you let her talk to you like that? Girl.
But Kelly, you need to get it together. And next time, if you have a plan, you have to see it all the way through.
See it all the way.
And not be booked and tell the girls about a damn monologue.
Because stop being so fucking combative.
Yeah, she was very combative. Very combative.
Shout out to Messy Miles for that.
Yes, that video.
That video. Y'all, if y'all haven't seen Messy Miles' YouTube video, I'm booked, the Kelly Price parody, please go and watch it.
I made he had a wig that looked like
just like Kelly Price. I'm booked. Then he had Michelet in the video. Now that was a kid.
Yes.
Okay.
So the R&B Divas finale comes on this Wednesday. Of course, I want to be watching it because I hope I get a cameo somewhere, even though I didn't really look too hot. You know, I was there at the show, so you know I'll be looking for myself. And Little Mo got some songs coming on iTunes, and I got an email or something. You know, I'll talk to you another time. But yeah, I emailed somebody from her company that emailed us. But I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll tell you about it. And yeah, what else has happened? Oh, Basketball Wives came back.
Oh my God! No! Don't say nothing. Oh my Savior! First of all, because I gotta do this. First of all, I am so happy that Basketball Wives came back on. I really am. Because I need that ratchetness in my life. But Evelyn, baby, I understand that y'all filmed these episodes a few months prior. I understand it. Oh, I understand. But baby, a whole hour about the incident with you and Chad was not called for.
Yes. I don't know what Evelyn.
I was over it the first 15 minutes that y'all were talking about Chad. But a whole hour? And Tammy, what you told Evelyn at that table about getting back and you made no sense whatsoever, and you solely contradicted yourself, because then you did an interview where you tried to backpedal and say, well, no, you didn't mean that, you meant this. Tammy, you just didn't sound right. And for the first time in a long time, I actually agreed with Susie. You made no sense to me. It just really didn't make any sense at all. And then you tried to throw the whole Chris Brown and Rihanna into the situation, and then look, they're not even together.
Sure, it was over. She said, yeah. Did you tell your daughter that?
Right. Right.
She said it in a nice, nasty way.
In a nice, nasty way. Because Shawnee was on the same page. Mind you, Shawnee was on the same page as me and Susie. Because I'm saying to myself, Susie, please speak up, because you saying all the stuff in the confessionals. I need you to speak up. But Shawnee spoke up. Would you tell your daughter that? Did she? Oh, no. Tammy, I'm going to need for you to stop talking. As a matter of fact, I'm going to need for this to be your last season. I really am. Because you know what? You're really not bringing anything to the table.
But I loved her in that green suit when she talking about Shawnee on how she gonna fuck Shawnee up.
Oh, I couldn't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah,
because I want to really hear her say it to Shawnee's face. I don't want to hear her say it behind her back. I want to say, I'm gonna fuck you up, because then I want to see what Shawnee's gonna say. You know, you want to see what somebody else's reaction is gonna be. I want to see what Shawnee's reaction is gonna be when Tammy tells her, I'm gonna fuck you up, or at the reunion.
But look, let me say something, Evelyn. I don't know what you want to do with Chad. Like, you look like you really want to take him back.
She do want to take him back.
I don't know. I mean, it depends on how many times y'all done fought in the past. But I really don't, like, because where I'm at right now, speaking of domestic violence, you know, I had to get somebody together of that, because I'm not playing these games. You ain't going to beat on nobody I know. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's not going down. I seen it before. Because I was a kid, you know, when you're a kid, you can't do nothing. But if you try that shit now, it's going to fuck down. I don't give a fuck if you beat my ass. You want to know you ain't going to put your hands on none of my family members. So, you know, I'm getting combative right now at the screen. The screen ain't do nothing. The screen ain't do shit to y'all. But I'm just saying, so I'm at the point where, like, bitch, you need to leave. All of this fighting, that is for the birds. Any man that got beat on you, you don't need to be with him.
That's right.
You don't. You don't need to be with him at all. So, you know, I was real combative the other night. You know, But Evelyn, I hope that you find a man that loves you. Because first of all, you're so beautiful.
She is beautiful.
You're
She's
very beautiful, but
like,
you know, sometimes you gotta take a step back and really look at it for what you want and not what's in their basketball pockets. Because I'm still mad at you that you accept the fact that he could buy condoms and fuck girls, but you want to know who he fucking. Excuse me.
Okay.
Where in the rule book does it ever say in the Bible you can have sex with whoever you want to as long as he tell you about it before it goes to the media? Come on, that's not love. You just want security.
And you gave him a hall pass to do it.
Yeah,
you gave him a hall pass to do it. Then somebody had the nerve. No, really, they didn't. Had the nerve to say to me on Twitter, well, she only gave him the pass before they got married.
Lies.
She gave him a pass. I watched that episode. She ain't say you can only do this before we get married or after we get married. She gave him a pass.
Mm-hmm.
Told him, as long as you let me know, we talk about it, it's all right.
Yes.
How the hell do you get mad at a man? First of all, you gave him permission to do it. And you, out of your own mouth, gave him permission to do it. How do you get mad at him when you find condoms in his car, a condom receipt with condoms on it in his car? You get mad after you were the one that gave him the hall pass. That's like a teacher giving a child permission to go to the bathroom, and then when they come back from the bathroom, get upset for them to go for them going to the bathroom when you gave them the pass to go. Remember in school, in elementary school, when they had to give you a hall pass to go to the bathroom?
Yes, I sure do.
Evelyn, what kind of world are you living in?
But wait a minute. Because Miss Robin, you know Miss Robin know every goddamn thing.
Yes, she do. Except for my name.
Yes.
Because she's still calling me Brandon. And I don't want to get it together. I really don't. But I will get it together. Because I keep telling her, Miss Rob, my name is Mikkel, not Brandon. Hey, Brandon!
She got us together because she was like, yeah, and Evelyn told Chad that if Chad wanted to have a three-way, as long as she approved, they could do it.
Mind you, a three-way. Not a threesome, a three-way. That's what she said, a three-way. Three-way is on the phone. That's what you should tell her. That's the phone conversation, Miss Rob.
Miss Rob, no.
You know she know. Miss Rob is one of those newsy women that you see in the movies, the Newsy Neighbors.
Okay.
That's Miss Rob. Yeah. Miss Rob is that old lady from Big Mama's house that was walking down the street and said, "You think you got your nickels twisted, but I got you."
But wait, but you know Nina got the block together last week.
Oh, she always do.
Because you remember that green chair we had? Somebody saw our big ass green chair. I guess somebody wanted to be combative because they had no more burgers at the fucking burger.
They said, "Oh, you ain't got no burgers? Well, how about this? I'm gonna take this fucking green chair."
So then, like, everybody always sees something, but when it comes out, ain't nobody see shit.
And I can see Nina like that in the middle of that street. I bet you she did.
For a good 20 minutes.
Because Nina's very combative. His sister's a combative type. See, if y'all hire her for the cookout, don't get on her nerves, okay? Any of you cookout, don't get on her nerves, because his sister's very combative.
Oh my
if you go near the grill and touch something that ain't done, she's going to be very combative. Don't touch that. That ain't done. And see, you'd have to cuss her out and then fire her.
Okay.
Then she'll tell you to give her a ride home after you.
Oh,
give her a fucking ride home. No, I'm not. Okay. You won't be combative in my car.
Well, still our fun. And we had that chair for 15 years. We had them when we lived in the projects around the corner.
But how about this? Somebody stole your grill before that.
Yeah, somebody stole
That's what
the
she
grill.
should have really cursed him out.
Yeah, that girl sat out there for 2 years. But the person we think stole the grill never came back. And we think Erica took the grill. Because she ain't never been back since that grill been missing. Never been back, but that's all right. We got 2 more grills for you outside the store. I dare you to come steal them. And then I heard Jeremy caught somebody trying to steal the little umbrella. Like,
why y'all got that out there?
I don't even have no need for. Why is this even on? But yeah, you know, people like stealing and shit. Ain't nobody got time for that. But
and mind you, it's funny. That's only in this neighborhood, because where I live at, all that shit from my block party on Saturday. People's tents and shit is still sitting on their fucking porch.
Oh, well, that's
yes, they are. Well, I'm saying, but people go up on people's porches and still.
Yeah, but you gotta go up several steps.
We ain't got
to
that many
come
steps.
up. You gotta go. You gotta go up the steps,
which
you
is
got
3,
the low level,
and then
you go up
4
the
more.
step.
That's it.
Y'all, there's still several steps. Like you hear somebody coming and says, then you got.
No, I'm talking about at night. At night, you can't hear nobody.
Oh, okay. Well, I would think that you can hear somebody coming up on your porch.
How?
Because that's your damn porch. If you
on your porch at night when you in your bedroom sleep, how the hell you gonna hear somebody on your porch?
Because you know in my house somebody's always downstairs.
Well, yeah.
To see stuff. But you know,
And nobody
sometimes
downstairs in our house, so we have all upstairs sleep.
and all them neighbors on your block, somebody ought to see something. Well, somebody got cameras somewhere.
First of all, shouldn't nobody be up at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning? Well, this is North fucking Philly, and Miss Rob ain't never sleep.
Okay, she never sleeps.
So for her not to see who took that chair and those grills, oh, she know, cause she can tell you
Oh no,
everything.
but they said somebody on a scrap truck came and got the chair because the chair was in front of the gate. Cause I had all the chairs and the tables.
Well, they must have thought it was trash.
But it wasn't trash. But still, you fucking took it.
They must have thought
Bitch, you seen that fucking thing on our block all these years.
I'm gonna tell when I go out there after we finish recording, I'm gonna say, Miss Rob, you can tell me everything that's going on in Miami, but you can't tell me nothing about what's going on across the street from your house. You can tell me what's going on with Evelyn and Chad,
Yeah.
but you can tell me who stole that big ugly ass chair from in front of their house.
And then she gonna say, and Kim is pregnant with twins. I say, oh my god.
How do you know that? You're not even there. Like, that's what I'm saying. She's listening.
She knew every damn
She's
thing.
listening.
Wait, shh. That's Miss Rob.
No, that ain't her. That's like a man.
Oh, no, that was a woman. Yeah, but so yeah, it's almost Labor Day. I'm not going anywhere.
Everybody, oh, you're invited to my cousin's house. I told you
Yeah.
my cousin is on Sunday. This Sunday coming up, she's having a big family barbecue at her house, which is only around the corner from my house. And everybody,
Well, if I got a ride, I will sure be there.
yeah, because Amber's gonna come.
Okay.
And my cousin Tasha, who was there, who had the
thing on her head.
the romper, yeah, and it's her house, and she said everybody can come.
I know that's right, cause I ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna need somewhere to go.
So I'm gonna go after church because it's on Sunday, and it's gonna be very, very fun. And you get to meet all my other aunts. And well, actually, it's interesting because all my mom's brothers was there at the cookout, and actually all my mom's sisters were there except for two. The oldest, and then the second oldest. But the second oldest was coming back from a cruise.
I know that she better come back from a cruise.
Yeah, they're going to cruise every year. I'm going to go on a cruise with them the year after next because they're not going next year because we're all going to Myrtle Beach next year.
What, for Labor Day or
Myrtle Beach?
Yeah.
No, we're going to Myrtle Beach for we're going to Myrtle Beach. My church is celebrating 90th
yeah.
anniversary. We're going to Myrtle Beach, but then also next year would be the 20th anniversary of my grandmom's death, and so we're gonna.
What y'all gonna do?
We're going to all go, be in Myrtle Beach.
That's where she's at?
My grandmother?
Yeah.
No, she's in the cemetery up on Cheltenham Ave.
Oh, okay. I thought y'all was just going there.
No, we're going down there because that's what place that we used to always go to.
Oh,
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be home. If anybody having a barbecue for Labor Day, y'all let me know. This is my first time being home on Labor Day weekend in 5 years.
Fast.
Because I'm always in Atlanta or Dominican Republic, and this year I'm not going nowhere.
Wait, I thought you were going to Dominican Republic this year. Where you just come back from? Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico.
But you did have plans on going to the Dominican Republic.
Yeah. But I went to London instead.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And I'm going back to London next year.
That's good.
So I want to do like a 10-day.
Stay.
Oh yeah, I can't do that.
I'm really excited, even though it won't be for another 2 years. I'm excited to go on this cruise with my family. Because they go for 7 days. That's a
I
long
need to
time.
go on that.
See, they go to different,
man.
what's the name? They go to different islands.
Islands, okay.
Because I think they went to Mexico and Puerto Rico. Like, they have different islands, and they always go on board, because I took my friend over my house the day before they went on the cruise, and he said, where you guys going to Carnival? And she said, Carnival? She said, we don't do Carnival. I said, I know that's right. They do Royal Caribbean. The fancy shit. But Carnival, nowadays, Carnival is just so out of order. Like, how dare you have like 3 ships like back to back break down in the middle of the fucking ocean? Remember that one ship that broke down for the whole cruise? Like, and all that was backed up? That's disgusting.
Ooh, I hate to go through
that is disgusting. That just messed up your whole vacation. You on a cruise ship and you gotta sleep outside on the ship because you can't sleep in your room because all the toilets is backed up.
Smelling
Like shit. That would put a nasty taste in my mouth. I wouldn't want to eat nothing on that shit after
And
that.
the power went out.
And the power went out. So you couldn't go to the bathroom and flush
already.
You know what?
Pray for him, Lord. Touch
Carnival, y'all need to just go out of business. Y'all really do.
What is it besides Carnival and Royal? Because Royal is the only one I know about.
It's other cruise lines out there, but they're not as big. But there are other cruise lines. But Royal Caribbean is a really big, that a lot of people go on because Royal Caribbean, their ships are beautiful. Like my aunt showed me pictures from her trip last year. I mean, beautiful. Like, so I mean, it just like some parts of the ship you look like you're outside on an island, but you're really walking on a ship. Like it's beautiful. I'm not for sure, but I just to jump off of the cruises real quick because I wanted to talk about this. This I was reading on CNN.com. This 8-year-old boy, I think down in Florida, shot and killed his 87-year-old grandmother, who was also his caregiver. He originally said that it was an accident. Then later, with later investigation, the police found out that it wasn't an accident. You know, he did it. Not by accident, but he did it.
Purposely.
Purposely. He had just got finished playing, Jesus, what is that game called? Grand Theft Auto. I think where they are shooting or whatever the case may be. And then he gets up and he goes to get a gun that's in his house, I guess that his grandmother had, and he shoots her in the head. Now, mind you, his grandmother is his caregiver, somebody, you know, she was taking care of him. And, you know, the family said that him and his grandmother had a really good relationship. They had a good relationship. They even slept in the same bed together. I think they lived in like a mobile home, in a little mobile community. I have a lot of problems with this. I understand that, I'm not for sure why it is that the little boy doesn't live with his parents. I'm not sure. I understand that there are times where, you know, where you don't have anybody, the elderly relatives come in and they take in young children because they don't want to see the child going into foster home. I understand that. But for the life of me, I just can't get an 87-year-old taking care of an 8-year-old. Like, I just think that that's like way too old to be taking care of somebody that young. Now, if he was somebody, let's say if he was like 13, 14, 15, somebody who's in their teens who can properly take care of himself, then that's a different story. But somebody who's 8 years old, he's still very, very young. And for him to be able to have access to a gun and then to shoot his grandma with no at all just goes to show you how young this child is. And I just didn't understand how it was that this 87-year-old woman was taking care of this little boy. Like, it's mind-boggling to me. I think that, I know Katherine Jackson, there was a lot of issues about her taking care of Michael Jackson's kids because of her age. And I kind of understood it, but then I was like, you know, well, you know, this is their grandma. But I think at a certain point, there has to be more relatives stepping in to help. Like, I don't think that this little boy should have just solely been with the grandmom. I think he should have been staying with some relatives a little bit younger than the grandma. Maybe he should have been going to the grandma's house on the weekends. Like I used to go to my grandma's house on the weekends. Like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, my mother and father never saw me.
But who told him where the gun was at?
I don't know. And who told him how to shoot it?
I hope he's not really using the excuse that Grand Theft Auto gave him this idea.
Well, that's what they claimed. Police claimed that that's what he was playing before this all happened.
Can y'all teach our kids the difference between real life and fantasy, please?
Please, because
no
this 87-year-old woman is dead because of her grandson shooting her in the head.
He deserved an ass whooping.
So mind you, then I read on the thing last night that the little boy was taken to his parents. So then, why wasn't he originally with his parents? And why is he not in jail or some type of juvenile detention? Or something.
Probably because they're thinking because he's 8 years old.
Let me say something. How do you even handle a situation like that?
I don't know.
You're 8 years old and you shoot your grandmother in the head.
They're probably going to do some evaluations on him. Like, what made you do that? I don't know.
But he doesn't seem to be crazy. Like, none of the relatives said that there was anything wrong with him. You know what I mean? It just so happens that he was playing this game and then got up and got a gun and shot his grandma.
Even at 8 years old, first of all, we ain't had no gun. Well, excuse me, I didn't know nothing about no gun. And besides, that's the last thing I was worried about, picking up a gun and shooting I played my video games, I played outside with my friends, we had a good time. We already had a structure. First of all, I couldn't even play video games unless it was the weekend. So if I can't play no video game, I'm going to watch TV and play games.
Let me say something. I'm glad you just said that. I'm glad you said that. Because somebody posted something on Instagram that was so true. Somebody posted this thing on on Instagram for Throwback Thursday and said, I was born in the 80s but grew up in the 90s, which we all were. He said the people who were born in the 80s and grew up in the 90s are the last generation that learned to play in the streets.
True.
We were the first to play video games, the last to record songs off the radio on cassettes or music videos on VHS. Very true. We are the pioneers of the Walkmans and the chat rooms. True. We learned how to program the VCR before anyone else. True. We played with Atari, Super Nintendo, and Genesis. I can't see what this says. Atari. Yes, I'm sorry. Atari. We are the generation of the Thundercats, Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles, Transformers, Saved by the Bell, Family Matters, TGIF, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Martin. We traveled in cars without seatbelts or airbags. Lived without cell phones. Come on. We didn't have 99 plus television stations. Sure didn't. Flat screens, surround sound, MP3s, iPods, Facebook, or Twitter. This is very much so.
That's true.
When we were growing up, which was not too long ago, we knew nothing about the stuff that we have today. It's almost like, too, I was thinking about this in church. Nowadays in church, you got a lot of little kids who come to church and their parents let them bring their little handheld games.
Are you serious?
To keep them occupied. When I was going to church,
bitch.
First of all, when I was going to church, we didn't have no handheld games. What the handheld game was, okay? When I was going to church with Miss Bill, who was my grandmother, when I was going to church with Miss Bill, you didn't have any games. And I remember one of the church mothers who goes to my church now, she was telling us the other day, she said, I remember when you used to come with your grandmother, she said you was a bad little boy. She said you weren't bad as in like disrespectful. She said you was just always fidgety. You always was moving around. And she said your grandmother, she said when y'all used to come to church, your grandmother didn't hold you by the hand, she held you by the wrist and would grab you in the church. And I remember those days so well. Because when I was young, you had two options when I was going to church. You either listen to the sermon or you went to sleep. But there was no such thing as sitting there and playing games and doing all that type of stuff. Nowadays, these little kids are playing games to keep them occupied, to keep them from moving around. And it's just like so much is so different. Like, it's so different. Kids don't know how to play outside. Everything is Twitter. First of all, I get so annoyed when I hear young parents talking about how they are buying their 5 or 6-year-old a cell phone for Christmas or for their birthday. When I was 5 and 6 years old, you know what cell phones was out? Those big, ugly ass gray cell phones with that big ass antenna. Remember those cell phones and the things when you typed them in, it was green? Then it would flip down. The numbers and stuff came on that little screen. It was like green numbers.
Wait a minute.
You know what I'm talking about? The gray cell phone.
I know what you're talking. It was thick. They were thick phones.
And then the numbers were green when they popped up. Like it wasn't like when you type in an old school calculator. Like it was just. And then when I was 5 and 6 years old, when we were both 5 and 6 years old, people were still using pagers. Like it's
911. Put your phone up here and put 911 at the back, so that means call me because it's an emergency. Okay.
Remember that?
Yes, I do.
You would put 911 in at the end of it because then that means it's an emergency. You gotta hurry. Whoa. But this generation don't know nothing
about
that.
They never call you from a payphone.
Mind you, you don't have payphones no more.
No, because everybody got a cell phone.
You know what's so funny?
Oh, Brandon.
I got on the phone. I got on my the other day. I was at my friend's house, and I looked at my watch to see what time it was. And you know what he did? You know what he had to say to me? Because he's a little bit younger than me. My friend. I was at his house, and I looked at my watch to see what time it was. You know what he had to say to me? Why are you looking at your watch when you got a smartphone?
Okay.
You know what I said to him? Well, because I grew up in the era where we didn't have that. We looked at our fucking watches.
I like watches, but I rarely wear a watch. I don't got time
It's
for
like
a watch.
people are just like younger people now are just like they have no. They wouldn't be able to. Let me tell you something. Young people today would not be able to. If you first of all, if you're under the age of 20 or 21, whatever. If you are like 16, 15 and on under, 17, 18 on under, you have no clue what it was like growing up 20 years ago, back in 1993. Some of y'all wasn't even born back then.
I remember.
But you have no idea because it was like I remember so well. My mom used to tell me all the time, "Go outside and play."
That was the only thing.
That was my mom's favorite line. Go outside and play.
In the summertime, especially, I would be outside.
First of all, in the summertime, there was no such thing as sitting down.
And we would play board games, my friend Marquita. We would play Monopoly. We would play Scrabble. We would figure out the cryptogram in the damn newspaper. Y'all don't do shit like that no more.
Go outside and play.
We had racing, duck, all kinds of fucking games kids play. I don't see that anymore. Girls jump duck,
remember that?
Jump rope. Girls play hopscotch, hide and seek.
Let me tell you something. My favorite games that we used to play in the summer. Oh my God, memories. Down 8th and Jefferson, North Philly, because you know that's where I grew up at.
Mm-hmm.
The games we used to play, summertime. Hide and seek, manhunt. Manhunt was one of my favorite games. And then remember when you would play hide and seek and you would have to see who was going to be it. So you would say, engine number 9.
Spit, you're not it.
If the train goes off the track, you want your money. And you know what? A lot of those games and stuff that we played were recycled from our parents.
Oh yeah.
Those were the games that our parents played. But now, our generation don't teach the kids how to play those games because they know nothing about those games.
I ain't seen nobody play hide and seek. This a new era. Everybody want an iPad, an iPhone, an iPod. My niece, can you buy me an iPad? I'm still trying to buy me an iPad. And I'm talking about the new iPad with the new camera on the back.
Ain't that something?
And I can't even get that. I'm gonna stick to my iPad too until I can get it. I ain't missing nothing. I ain't care about no damn that bright screen
Remember
stuff.
when chat rooms came about and then you thought that was like the best thing in the world?
You gotta watch your kids because them chat rooms had nothing but predators in those rooms.
But see, at that time you didn't know. Because we didn't have shows like To Catch a Predator. So you didn't know.
That's why
That's when it first started.
That's why I say shows like Catfish is so fake because you should already know how to do this by now. We talking about internet been out a good 15 years.
Internet's been out since 1995.
Yeah, it's been out almost 20 years.
Yeah, almost 20 years.
So you mean to tell me you can't say, oh well, get a webcam. Webcams cost $20. They probably less than that if you get a real cheapy one. You got the cell phone where you can download apps. You got the
Tango for free.
Tango. Even Facebook got the video fucking app where you can go back and forth. You had the iChat. You mean to tell me you all in love with this person? They tell you one thing. You know, I had to actually get one of my friends together because they was getting catfish. And I said, before
somebody on
some catfish. I said, before you go any fucking weird, tell them to what you call it, FaceTime.
FaceTime me, right?
Bitch, lies.
If you can't FaceTime me, we don't need to see each other.
Okay.
We don't need to talk.
And I like the FaceTime. But yes.
I didn't say it this time.
No. I mean, it's the new age. It's the new day.
Oh, that's how you get your cakes.
No, bitch. I'm still doing it in person. You can get your name. Oh, but
every so often.
Yeah, if I want to, especially with no, shut up. But yes, so
especially with who?
Nobody. Do
I know them?
No.
Oh.
No. So
you are such a whore.
Lies. But yeah. See that all of that. First of all, they're like the. Oh, girl,
okay,
I'm already smiling enough
if
to
I see you on
on
one of these tumblers,
first of all,
YouTubers exposed, I will gag.
Somebody already trying to expose me, but that's all right.
I hope not with that.
That's all right.
Because that old.
Oh, that is so.
Are they still trying to do that with the ocean?
No, but it's like it's so old. Like I don't care. It's so old. It's so old. But anyway.
Look at this. Look at this. This is fucking classic.
Is it a video?
Look at my face. Wait. Watch how I say, oh, look.
Oh, God. Yes, Corey. She tried it.
You gotta watch that. We was in my friend hotel room cracking.
Why was I was mad because she came?
Because she came in the house.
in the
Because she came in the fucking house.
God.
And I sat there and saw. I said, "Oh, that wig got me. Oh my God! Don't hate me because I'm beautiful." Yes, Corey Raw. But are we done?
Yes, we are.
We are
done.
done.
We are done. So we will see y'all with the new video soon. I don't even want to say when we come back. We'll be back. We'll be back. Somebody tag me in this. All right, y'all.
I gotta go to the mall real quick.
The mall.
I gotta take my friend to the mall.